Good morning, what's going on? I wanted to try a new song instead of The Specialist. What's up, everybody? Good day, good day, good day. Happy Friday, of course. Happy Friday. Today is our usual and normal date for our OST listens from the Patreon community, and also everybody that wants to come and hang out can come and hang out. Hey guys, what's going on? Hello, Bald. You'll get used to it. It's incredibly soft right now. I've moisturized. Honestly, it takes 5 minutes. Vroom, 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 vroom. Went in the shower, did a little moisture. You haven't lived until you felt the feeling of water cascading down your bald head. It is a sensation that I can only wish on everyone, including my worst enemies, because it feels so good. Low key. Probably one of the best feelings ever. An amazing feeling. That's okay, Outer Wilding. Hello, hello. I'm going to keep it smooth as much as possible. What's up, Bubble Bathtubs? I wanted to talk about something. So yesterday, we were inside joking about slop yesterday, and I think some VOD watchers and or people on that live stream took it personally or thought it was serious, and I just wanted to clarify that maybe someone did call something in jest AI slop. Because they were talking about the Pragmata bot, like girl being an AI. But I'd just like to clarify that everything that kind of spun out after that, calling everything slop, was a joke. But some folks really felt that it was toxic, and I just want to iterate that, like, I don't even know if those people will even watch this, but I really firmly believe that my chat was just being was just being silly and was not being toxic. Maybe some of those people were, but I certainly wasn't, and I don't think anybody else in the chat actually was being toxic, because that's not how the vibes go for my live streams where we watch like State of Plays or Summer Game Fest or any of that stuff. So I don't know if you're watching this and you felt that the chat was toxic in the State of Play because everyone kept calling everything slop. Please know that I don't think anybody actually meant that. But you're probably not watching this, and it is what it is. we were absolutely joking though. Sort of bummed out that people thought that I actually was calling something art slop, which is ironic. The whole point is irony, but that's okay. It was irony. Yeah, I'm looking forward to growing out my beard, actually. Thank you. You liked my hair. I liked my hair too, but I had to make a choice. Will I play the GOW Metroidvania? Absolutely not. That's like a 2 out of 10 on my list of games that I would like to actually play. Hey, thank you, Bloomberg. Like today, we're listening to music slop. Today's music slop day. We have to reclaim the word slop, which, by the way, never owned the word slop. The word slop is bizarre. It's so crazy. Also of note, I actually got these things to work yesterday with some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip. And it was so dusty and so dirty, but I was able to clear it up, and everything worked. So that's awesome. So just needed a good old fashioned dusting. Will I play Darktide with Bricky? No, but we will play Halo 2 on Tuesday with Bricky. 90% of the drama on my channel is essentially just people not understanding sarcasm. I would venture to guess that that's correct. I would say, other than some people that come in and are rude, are definitely sloppy. Did I clean out the the Kobe and the C word saves from this? I did. I cleared them out, and I also discovered that if I don't play in okay. If I don't play this with the TV on, like if I play it in the 4K thing here, I have like a 4K app. Oh, you can't see it. If I play it in this, it actually doesn't look bad. It's just like when I try to put it on the monitor itself, it gets really, 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 really grainy. So I think that's going to be the plan. Although I did try to play Banjo-Kazooie last night, and that shit made me want to vomit so fucking bad. And that was one thing I forgot about with these older games, is the fact that the camera, especially when you're moving the C buttons, because it's like sharply turning, and also the overhead camera, yeah, I definitely, I'm not sure if I'll be able to play Kirby, or hopefully it doesn't affect Mario 64, but Banjo-Kazooie is one that I won't be able to play on stream because I will throw up, which is really unfortunate. What am I playing on? An analog 3D. The rumble pack on these guys, by the way, is actually insane. So this is the analog 8-bit DOE N64 controller, and the haptics and the feedback in this are incredible. It was worth it to me to pick up the 8-bit the analog 3D though. There's so much stuff that I'm gonna play. Yeah. So anyway, so for today, it's a pretty chill Friday. We're going to be checking out Kirby's Dream Land 364 concert. What's up? Perfect Dark will make me vomit. So that's Kirby's 25th anniversary. There's a concert. We're going to be doing a little bit of analysis. Some Borderlands 3, some Octopath Traveler 0, Civ 6. You can plug original 64s too. Or controllers. Civ 6, Blue Archive, that's yours, Kirby. Dragon Age, The Veilguard, Pathologic 3, or Limbus Company, probably Limbus Company. Mario Kart 7, Herdling, Shenmue, either the Banner Saga or the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. Genshin Impact, Mother 3, Majin Tensei 2, Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era from 2026, Fatal Fury 3, either Chorus or Zodiac 20, and Deadlock to end the stream. So really looking forward to a lot of cool stuff here today. There's a lot of things that I'm really curious to hear. I did sleep more than 4 hours today, so I should be in good spirits and in good energy. So should be good. Also, let's see. Okay, we're good. Man, I have way too many like anime girls on my Twitter feed, and all I did was like one anime girl picture. I'm so angry. Now it's just like goon fest all fucking day, all day. Makes me so mad. I didn't mean to. I just liked one picture. Now I just get so many lewds of anime. What games do I play that you wouldn't stream but genuinely enjoy? What a great question. Deadlock, Mugenics, Guild Wars 2. I've streamed a little bit, but I don't. Rainbow Six Siege. I started playing Diablo 2 Resurrected last night because it's on Steam now. Moonlighter 2 is another one I really enjoy. I started playing I mean, I fell asleep, but Kenna Bridge of Spirits. I've also been playing Star Sand Island. It varies. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of reading. I just finished book 2 of Vinland Saga, the big guys. So I'm hoping to finish that series this weekend. I mean, Warframe. Honestly, most things I stream at this point. There's like a few things like the Bazaar or like, I don't know, Helldivers 2 that I would never stream. But I don't honestly like, this is what my Steam library looks like right now. Hey, Ether, what's up? It's Goon or Be Gooned. I don't want to know if people have gooned. But honestly, like, I'm kind of trying to cull my list here. I like keep Red Dead Redemption in, even though I never play it. But I love this game so much that I just keep it here. I've been trying to keep up with Neo 3, but I find my motivation to be leaving me. I know that they're DRM unfriendly, but I did pick up the 2 Dino Crises because, well, I wanted to. I also have them on GOG, but I'm dumb. I wanted to play Fate Extella yesterday, but I wasn't sure which one to play first. Well, it must be Fate Extella. Crimson Capes came out yesterday. That's pretty cool. I've heard good things about Menace. Arknights on Steam would be great. I've been in a 3D platformer mood lately, so Croc is on my list of games that I'd like to take a peek at. I have been reading Witch on the Holy Night slowly. I buy a lot of games. I probably don't play most of them. I'm kind of in the mood to try Persona 3 again because I want something a little bit more serious than Dragon Quest's story plot line. I will be streaming Monster Hunter Stories 3. I don't know if I'm going to stream Resident Evil Requiem. I may not even play it. I did reinstall Star Ocean yesterday. I'm trying to find something because I got done with Minish Cap, and honestly, I have really bad gamer, after you finish a game, I don't really know what to do with myself. So I've been kind of just waffling around on stuff. Not really feel like playing anything, to be honest. Yeah. Plus I have so many games that trying to find one. I mean, I'm glad I have so many options, but it's hard to kind of be like, oh, I'm going to try this today. Oh, I'm going to try this today. It's hard for me to kind of. Minish Cap was so nice. Yeah. Epic Mickey was part of my I really want to do 3D platformers. I've been meaning to play Mio because they gave me a review code, but I haven't been in the mood for Metroidvanias, even though this game is gorgeous. So yeah, I'm just kind of waffling around. That's why I'm reading Vinland Saga. Just kind of, I feel really lucky that I'm in a position that I can buy every game I ever want. So that's awesome. I feel really lucky, but I don't really necessarily have games that I'm dying to play. Do I think I'll watch Vinland Saga? Yeah, I probably would. I've been enjoying reading it so much. I'm in a post game. I just pushed through Minish Cap and it was amazing. And I think it was about 15, 16, 17 hours. It took about 3 days. And then Twilight Princess, and then Super Mario Galaxy, then Halo 2 on Monday, Tuesday. So I'm actually beating games this year, which feels really good. So I'm trying to not commit to anything. I do want to do a musical Let's Play of Deltarune. I think that would do great, and also it'd be fun. I tend to play Monster Train or Slay the Spire and stuff. Hydrate? Oh yeah, okay, sure. Oh, the new Survivors game looks so good. That's funny, Jim. Antivirus Survivor? Oh my god. From one gooner to another, you got plans to watch Fate Strange Fate? Yes, I do. I was going to try to read Fate Strange Fake. Yes, I was planning on watching that. I started Lunar the other day. It's so old, but it's really nice. Hola, Peru! What happened to the list of the anniversary? It's gone forever. We start over. I played a bit of No, I'm Not a Human. It was enjoyable. but not really my cup of tea. There's just a lot of this stuff. I mean, like I find one of the beautiful things for me is that I like trying all these different games and then kind of seeing where I land. Because obviously you're not gonna like fall in love with every game you play, but there's something in every game that I feel like is worth experiencing. And as a games person, I have my list of am I getting sick? What the fuck? Why am I stuffy? I have my list of I am I'm congested. I have my list here where I explore the calendar. So like I like to actually really like going in and seeing what came out and then watching them. But the problem is that then you never really commit to anything. So, which is okay. I mean, I also really like playing games that like no one is playing. I feel like that's one way that I get to play games for myself. Is why is Reanimal mostly negative? What? Oh. Because the friends pass. Oh. Wow. Wow. Huh. Why do I have so many Gooner games? What is Gooner games? These are not my game. I didn't buy these. We've listened to a bunch of Silver and Blood. Severed Steel? Do I have that in here? Dude, I don't even know what I have. Severed Steel. Ah, yes, this game. This game wouldn't work for whatever reason. I really wanted to play it. Oh, this game. Oh, no, yeah, actually, I should play this. Yeah, good idea. I actually don't buy very many Gooner games. The only Gooner game I've ever bought was, what's it called? What's that Gooner game? The match 3. Oh, Honey Pop. Honey Pop and the what was the other one that I what's the other one? It's the one with the thighs. Shoot, what was that? Muse Dash I don't consider a Gooner game. What? No. Shit, what was the it's gonna bother me. It was a rhythm game that I played with the thigh crushing. I did almost buy Beat Banger. It's true. Yeah, I really don't have a lot of... I have a very wide variety of games that I like to buy and play. But this is my humble list for now. Very simple. Some friend games. All right, let me turn on my light. You know who's your cartoon character lookalike right now? Wally Walrus. Is this an insult or a compliment? Insult. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So, let's get started. Banned. Okay. So we're going to listen to the Kirby 25th anniversary. Damn, I'm going to make that a short. Fuck you. Hold on. You look like Wally Walrus now. And the time was 24 minutes-ish. All right, and then let me just see. Okay, I think we're ready to start. Oh. Okay, Vondior. Okay. All right, Vondior, welcome in, Vondior. All right, we're good there. Okay. Hello there. Have I heard Il Dottore's boss theme yet? Yeah, I wasn't crazy about it, to be honest. I'm not gonna make a video about it or anything, just because it really wasn't my favorite. Did I see the Castlevania 40th? And no, I didn't. You were kind of wanting to compliment the baldness. It's okay. It'll still be funny. Don't worry about it. All right, let's get started. Kirby's Dream Land 364 concert. Kirby's 25th anniversary. The Crystal Shards medley. No, I like jokes. Yeah, it's very quiet. I don't know why. It's quiet for me too, though. It's very low. Not much I can do. Well, let's talk about that for a second. I know it's very quiet. I'm sorry. It's quiet on my end as well. I'm having to crank my volume as well. The one thing that I think is really beautiful about that first part of this track is the fact that the short strings and the momentum is very beautiful, right? Like it has this pleasantness, this warmth, this feeling of a bright sunny day, the feeling of, just the joy of being alive and the joy of flying and the joy of, just like, man, like life is beautiful. Really beautiful, obviously long string momentum there and long string sustains and all that stuff just really, really just works so unbelievably well at providing us with a sense of feeling like we're like taking a nice deep breath and I love how there's momentum and there's rhythm and there's a lot of movement, but also there's tons of string sustaining, which is really lovely too. It's really, really delightful, actually, would probably be the best word to describe. It's very apt, right? Have I ever reacted to any of the Sonic Symphonies before? No, because I've been waiting to play the game so that when I listen to them, I am more excited. Sorry it's so quiet. I can't do anything about it. Thank you, Hans. It's okay. Oh, okay. I like how, you know, what was interesting about that. So I was watching the gameplay, and I think there was like a degree of like sort of like sci-fi qualities and stuff. But one of the most interesting parts about this is the fact that it actually was very somber and kind of sad. Like that has a real sort of, it's kind of pained, isn't it? It's a bit like, damn, like I can't believe we've. And the thing is, like, the gameplay doesn't show that. But what I like about music is that with something like this, like, it's almost like the music is almost more sophisticated than the gameplay itself, right? Like the sound, or the story that it's trying to tell you, feels a lot different than the sort of basic, in quotes, like sort of gameplay. You know, riding a hamster. Like they're a bit at odds, right? And I think that's it's incredibly charming. But it feels very like kind of like sad. It's really interesting how it's very melancholic. See ya, Hans. Thank you. I did get that email, by the way. I'll follow up soon. This is from Kirby 64. I like to stream Kirby 64. See here, and that's another prime example. Like that, it's interesting to me because Kirby in that moment, so that's the kind of sound that you expect. And really there's this really beautiful quality in that of brightness and youth and really like a lot of warmth. And what I find interesting is that the way that the melody is written there, that's as if to say, like, you know, Kirby is a hero. You know, Kirby is a hero. Kirby is the protector of the universe. And so even though there's all this pressure on Kirby, let's say, I'm just talking, like, let's say there's a lot of pressure on Kirby to be the guy. You know, like the music somehow still, good morning, still makes it, still gives it that lightness where it's like, even if Kirby is the protector, that doesn't mean that we can't smile our way, you know, through our lives. You know what I mean? It's very beautiful. It's just the mood is just right because it's so peaceful and it's so effervescent and you know, Kirby's the guy. Hey Tabs, how are you? And see, now we're kicking into high gear, so now we have the really quiet timpani mixed with the snare. That's creating an otherworldliness. You notice how this is like almost like this is a slowed down, super pared back version of that theme, kind of. And it's just naturally building here too. It's building in crescendo. Did someone say they could see my brain earlier? That's funny. And now the lone trumpet's like do or die, right? And then they're taking that idea and expanding on it. Get that nice strong lower brass in there. Notice it's all been like one crescendo ride the whole time too. That cascading down too is really fun because it feels like the final moment, which it was. You know, I think more than anything, what's really amazing to me about sorry, I'm just okay. What's really amazing to me about Kirby is the fact that it is so warm and welcoming and bright and lovely and joyful, even though there's obviously the twist being that it's also like deeply Cthulian and otherworldly and stuff. Hey Robzo. And I love how there's this wonderful blend of intensity and also joy and laughter and smile and it's really interesting. Kirby I feel like is on the surface would be one way, but then actually there's a whole other thing that's going on in there, so under the surface, hiding below the surface. What's up, Win? How are you, Cthulian? I wanted to listen to something really fast. So this is from Punishing Gray Raven. It's just sitting here on my feed, and I kind of want to just listen to it. This is Cryosphere. So this apparently borrows the narwhal motif. It's only 4 minutes, so it won't derail us or anything. I just want to hear the music really fast, just for my own sake. Hey, Rocky. You got the Fur Night melody in there. That's so cool. Hi, Mary. Oh, wow. Yeah, narwhal. Wow. Wow, that's gorgeous. Wow. It's Fur Night. Ah, it's so good, dude.
Wow. Holy shit. It's so cool to get Narwhal back. It's so cool to get Narwhal back. Wow. It's so cool to get Narwhal back. Holy shit. That's so fun. Because Narwhal, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but like Narwhal is the shit. Listen to this. This is just the beginning, just the middle. Oh, I just enjoy that so much. Sorry, I just wanted to hear the remix since it popped up on my feed there. I haven't re-listened to the Sigillum boss fight. No. Cool. Sorry, I just wanted to take a minute because I saw that mid. We don't say mid in my chats. Let's try that again. You can have a reason for it, but you can't say mid. We're not allowed to say mid here. Digby Vermouth. That was Narwhal from Punishing Grey Raven. Digby Vermouth. Supernova Dreamsicle. I don't really... No, actually, I truly hate the word mid. I think it's so stupid. I don't really even know the context to this myself as it popped up on my Spotify DJ, but it's a chill, groovy theme. Would love to hear any context anyone else can add. All right, let's listen to it. You can give mid, but if there's no reason, what's the point of saying? You can't just say mid and then just leave it at that. You gotta say mid because. Don't you think? Mid. Okay, and? Well, it's my stream though, so I mean, is it silly? It's my rules. I think there's nothing wrong with saying something's mid, but at least be like, wow, man, this is mid because this, and this, and this. You know what I mean? Come on now. Saying something's mid and then just like not expanding on it is dumb. In my opinion. Of course there's shit that's mid. Duh. Lots of stuff's mid. But at least be like, man, this is mid and I feel this way. Like we're here having a chat, right? We're having a conversation.
There it is. You thought it was all right, not bad, and not special. I have heard many soundtracks like it. That's perfect. Then it is mid. I totally agree with you. Mid, didn't really like the beat. Not a fan of that kind of. That's fair. It sounds like a trillion other Animals gotcha tracks. No, that I don't necessarily agree with, because I really have not heard very many other gotcha tracks that sound like that. I would push back and say that I think Narwhal is actually pretty. I would say that Narwhal is actually a really unique track in the gotcha space. There's nothing really like it. If you can come up with something, I'd love to hear a comparison, because why am I so spicy today? I don't know why I'm spicy today. Yeah, I'm excited to check out Menace. I think ever since I shaved my head, I've become a different person. What's Illusion Connect? I'd say Narwhal's Tekken coded more than it is gotcha coded. Wait, what's Illusion Connect? Hold on, I gotta know. What is this? What's Illusion Connect? Also, I'm not banning the word mid, just for the record. I was saying we shouldn't say it in here. What's Illusion Connect? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Main. Yo, thanks, Carter. I appreciate you, bro. Wait, hold on. Here's a battle theme. Yeah, I see the similarities. Okay. That definitely has a similar motif there. I'll give you this one. It doesn't go as hard. Hold on. Okay. You know what? That's fair. Actually, that is fair. That is actually fair. I'll give you that. This one's pretty similar. Ish. Okay, it's in there. It's not trance. It's similar with the piano stuff. Okay. It's similar. I'll give you that. No, we're not actually banning the word mid. Of course we're not banning the word mid. I just don't personally like it. I personally don't think we should just say mid and then, that's it. But we did get an explanation. So I actually think that's okay. I'm not trying to, I hope it doesn't sound like I'm shaming. I'm actually not shaming at all. I would never do that. If it does come off that way, I'm being playful. I definitely wasn't, I was being a little bit dry, but I wasn't trying to shame anybody for saying mid.
It's true, and we got to learn something. Yeah, no, I want to play Ender Lilies. But anyway. But I am feeling a little spicy today too, so maybe it came off a little bit too sharp, so I apologize. Okay. Let's continue on. So this is Digby Vermouth from Borderlands 3. I'm sorry, guys. I feel bad. I wasn't trying to be a douche. I was just it's like yesterday when we were joking around calling everything slop. Fuck that word. It's stupid. And I still think mid is a pretty dumb word. I mean, like we have the world of vocabulary, and we default to sometimes in the larger internet culture of not anyone in this chat, obviously, but it's like, damn, there's so many ways to describe something. I like when we can articulate ourselves. Obviously, you guys are typing, so you know I think that's fair, but also, how dare you? How dare you say that Narwhal's mid? How dare you? It would be funny if I banned the word mid, though. Astonishingly mid is actually kind of valid. There are a lot of lazy words. I use weird. I've actually said weird about things so much that one of my friends gets upset about the word weird. Well, is weird a lazy word? I don't think. That's weird. Wait. I think the problem is it's like, well, what do you mean? That's so funny. I don't know why other people other than me are taking it harshly. I don't. Banning mid would be based. Andre, I was obviously I was messing around with you. I hope you don't think that I was I'm sorry. I was being silly. I hope you know, which you clearly do. Just having some banter. But I think it's a good topic, though, don't you think? Because I think it's so interesting. Like, I think like as people of the world, we have like, I feel like we have a responsibility to articulate ourselves. You know, I find maybe that's what it is. You know, because it's I don't even mind like destructive words, right? Because like
this is solipsistic slop. Very mid-core dialectics.
Exactly. Exactly. It's okay, Marco. You analyze music, so like you can obviously counter arguments that start with mid. I try not to be combative, but clearly Andre doesn't care. So why do I care? I just want to make sure that no one comes to my stream and is like, I'll never forget it. You know, guys, I was in a stream. Gosh, it was a pretty famous voice actor who I think actually has fallen into obscurity. Thank you, Ivy. And he was sitting on a chat on TikTok, and he was drinking a beer, and like the chat was talking with him, and it was at the very beginning of my voice acting career. So I was like, you know, I was always trying to like gather knowledge, and obviously there's a time and a place. Oh, you agree with me? Well, there you go. And I remember being like, oh, so who's your agent? Who's this? Blah, blah, blah. And he goes, hey mate, can you clearly see that we're just taking the piss here, just hanging out and having a beer? Like, I really don't feel like talking shop right now. And it was weird, you know, because I got off of the call and I was playing with my buddy and I was like, man, fuck that guy. Like, I was like the thing is like, I was embarrassed, but I was embarrassed in front of like a bunch of strangers. And I remember being like, man, I hope no one ever feels, you know, like it felt really bad to have someone just speak.
Turbo Overkill has some incredible music you should look into, especially chapter 3.
Turbo Overkill? Noted. thank you. But I was just really upset. And I remember being like, man, that guy sucks. It turned out actually he did suck. For what it's worth, he did actually suck as a person. So he was also fired from his like voiceover job. So I just remember being like, man, that guy sucks. And it was because he like essentially like called me out on a public forum, and it kind of hurt my feelings. So for what it's worth. So this is the one time you want context when we give you a song such a curt criticizing. No. Anyway, all right, that's enough. That's enough of me. You didn't know I had feelings? Really? Anyway, guys, I'm sorry. Let's keep going. So you were asking me about context, but I think this is making love music. Hey, Mo. Hey, Kage, what's up? It's actually amazing, and I would love to play this for a saxophone player at some point. I just want to stop really quickly and mention that this track to me is very interesting because it actually feels like it's actually about like a suave, dashing, debonair kind of guy, right? So Digby Vermouth. So there's two things. Either it's ironic, which would be really funny if this piece would be like, it would be really funny if this was like someone tripping over themselves, and so it's actually antithetical to what we actually see on the screen. But if we take it at listening value, like just rawly natural, the thing that I actually feel it would actually feel like it's very like, you know, I imagine it being like a club or something, and it's like excessively dancing and like really leaning in, or it's just like this suave guy with like a, you know, a huge grin, you know, a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and like a guy who's really good at like, you know, counting cards, or just someone who's really efficient and also suave as hell, right? But I think it would be really funny if this music was playing and it was a guy tripping over themselves who thinks that they're hot shit, but they're actually not, you know? I love how short that is. Isn't that cool? it's so cool because it switched into like, yeah, it switched into funk. And also it's fun because the way that the guitar is playing too, this is just like such a mood. And I think more than anything, there's a God, I feel like I've lost my ability to like, I've lost my ability. I don't know how I did this for 3 years, where I like would sit there and listen to something in the back and go into crazy detail. I feel like I've lost the skill. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like, because I honestly, I don't have too much to say. I just really like it. It's just fun. You know what I mean? I think it's because I'm looking for something. It's just such a vibe, you know, like the power was in my hair, but I've been feeling like that for like a year. Yeah. Like it just feels like, a montage, you know, it feels really light. It also feels like we're like moving through a city. It's really just fun. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just a vibe.
I wonder if I am going schizo? Plap, plap, plap. Apply oil to your bald head. Will you be shipping your merch internationally, bald music man?
What the fuck, Rocky? Rocky, you can't do a big donation like that and make a gooner fucking... Rocky, what the fuck, bro? Oh my god. Oh. Dumb. Hey, yo, Rocky said some really nice stuff to me the other day. Don't. Oh, God. Flap, flap, flap. Listen, I give him credit. What was the question? Bro, what was the question? The question was... Well, besides wanting to smack my head, flap, flap, flap. Rocky does know better than that. Rocky's been in so many streams, and will I ship internationally? It's a great question. Yes. Let me clarify. Let me just clarify. We do ship internationally. There are a couple countries that are not on the list. But yes. Anyway, sorry. Hi, Yoshi. Brazil, yeah. India? This is excellent. I actually really like this. I actually love the doubling too. Kramen, did you say we're getting a bit too comfortable edging on NSFW? Tisk, tisk. Hey, Chucky, what's up?
Actually, you know what this reminds me of? First of all, I would love to hear something like this on the radio, but it reminds me of what the hell's that band that you know, the guys better, faster, stronger. What's it called? Oh my god. Freaking Daft Punk. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. Don't be NSFW, please. Spare my mods. That's awesome. That's really good. It's really good. And what I like about that is how much of a mood it was. And it really did feel like this is the kind of piece that you would just like put on and just go for a drive or just enjoy, It's just awesome. Really awesome. I really enjoyed that. Super fun. Sorry, Pursuer. I don't have much to say about it, but I really enjoyed it. So I appreciate you sharing that with me. It's just a mood. That was really enjoyable. I'm trying to find out if we ship to India. I feel like yes. For whatever reason, they don't ship to Russia, but they do ship to India. Yeah, let's keep it family friendly. I've played rhythm games. Venezuela, I believe so, yeah. Octopath Traveler 0. Ooh. So, Fjord, were these tracks... Actually, Fjord, are you here? Yeah, you are. I saw you earlier. Do these songs... is this just the same album as when it was the mobile version of it? Or did it change? You know what I mean? Did they expand on it? Let's see. The first lyrical song written for the Octopath Traveler series. This is unique to Zero. Okay, cool. Made for the cutscene that serves as the final bow on your journey of over 100 hours, although much of Zero serves as an adaptation of the Champions of the Continent mobile game, this song is exclusive. Oh, I could have just read and then you would have told. I'm sorry. I just wanted to see you typing in chat. I'm going to end up on a Reddit post talking about, it's going to be like, Marco Meatball asks lurkers to comment. Unacceptable behavior. Zero is really good. Actually, I don't care for Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, but Zero actually was really fun. Unfortunately, it came out right at the same time as another game I was playing that I then had to stop playing Zero. And then, I can't remember. Hey, Damocles. Damocles. Wow. Hey, Geo, what's up? We got some first timers in the stream. First time watching a live stream, and I just wanted to ask if you plan to listen to Terraria music. I will only listen to Terraria music if you're here for the full 3 hours of the stream. That's literally how it works. Ask anybody else. People will come in, and then I force them to stay. So all the people that you see in chat right now are all here because they've been forced to. So yes, only if. Hola, España, ¿cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? He's lying? Why would I ever lie? If this is your first stream, you're actually forced to stay. I've become obsessed with Prelude to Reclamation. Oh, yay! There's another beautiful piece from another dead game I'd love to share. Can you ping me in the Discord?
I'd love to see it. I think most of us get dopamine if you single us out and ask us anything. That, my friend, is called parasociality. I mean, Marco is forced to stay with my bullshit, not the other way around. I haven't had to deal with your bullshit since I lost like 5 subscribers to your chicken police request. You might be the reason we don't do single song videos anymore. Just teasing. No, but I'm here to annoy him. You don't annoy me. You're a prisoner. That's right, Nolman. I've been in the chat for 700 hours. Bonjour, France! It's true, you're not here by your own. You've been here for 5 days. Buongiorno! Enjoy your breakfast and your coffee. Your browser is for... I'm parasocial. Wee! No, but for real, I will actually do the Terraria. I will do the Terraria stuff soon. You got a Romeo and Juliet. Wait, what the fuck is happening to this Romeo and Juliet slot? Hold on. That's awesome, Acadian. Which is weird, though, because... I mean, I'm happy about it. Hold on. I might have just made March insanely busy for myself. Which is fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a you problem. It's a me problem. Did 2 people leave the Romeo and Juliet? Wait, what? That's excellent. Good. We'll make sure to get it done. What happened there, though? Because I thought One sec, guys. Sorry. Why does it say... It says 3 of 4 members. What? Who's in this tier right now? I'm so sorry. That's awesome, though. I'm glad. I make it seem like I'm unhappy. That's great. I'm excited to listen to the soundtracks you guys are planning. But I also need to confirm what's going on because... Current tier. Sorry, 1 second. There's like eight people join. Oh, no. I don't have time anymore. Okay, Acadian, I see you. Von Dior, I see you. So we had 3 new folks join. Okay, oh, I see what happened. Okay. Ah, okay, I see what happened. Yeah. Okay, that's great. Cool. All right, everything is as it should be. I added one. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, everything is as it should be. Okay, so Von Yar is the... yeah, okay, I got it. All right, perfect. Should I get... No, red card. Let's save it for March. Should be good. Montiero, how are you? No, you're fine. I will absolutely do a Terraria stream very soon. I meant to do one actually 2 weeks ago while playing. What I wanted to do with Terraria was play Terraria while listening to the soundtrack, like listening to the playlist, and just like having fun. That's still very much going to happen. It's just a question of when. I'd like to do it this month still, and I'm hoping to do it within the next couple weeks. At the very least, well, there's only a couple weeks left in the month, so I'm hoping maybe. I don't think I could do it next week, but I think I'd like to... Well, maybe I could do it Thursday. Yeah, no, there'll for sure be a Terraria stream, so don't worry. You're going to tell your BF to cancel V-Day plans since you're a stream hostage now? Well, you come here on your own anyway, so, I mean, what's the difference between being a hostage and being a willful... I've already done a deep dive in Calamity, so this would be pure Terraria. Not today, no. I was teasing, Geo. You can go. And no, you don't annoy me, Red Car. Huh? What's up, Arrow? Yeah, I will play MGS Peace Walker on stream. 1,000,000%. I'll play both on stream. Oh, set up a terrarium. Oh my, 80 stream streak? Oh my god. That's crazy. 80 streams? I must just be on in the background somewhere. I guess I stream that much.
All right. Anyway, sorry. I went off on a tangent. Yet I carry on. What I like about this is that this continues the tradition and the sort of like the well, kind of, but it continues the tradition of having these beautiful vocal songs. Now, obviously, this is not this is not a love song per se, but I love that it continues the tradition of like Japanese JRPGs having like a one substantial vocal track that guys, I'm so distracted because I bit my tongue so fucking bad yesterday while eating salad. I was like, and I feel like I almost chopped half of my tongue off. It hurts so bad. So that's why I'm kind of weird today. Weirder than normal. But this retains this tradition, and for whatever reason, I like have to say something if it pops into my brain, which is really bizarre because you didn't need to know that. Why would I tell you that? There's no reason for me to engage with you in conversation about how I bit my fucking tongue yesterday, and yet that's what's happening. eat red meat like a real man, bro. I've got cholesterol. I've got cholesterol problems. I can't. I have to eat a salad every day. Anyway, so this continues the tradition of I do not have autism. I have ADHD and OCD. I do not have autism. Man with I'm not autistic. That would really no. I'm not autistic. Now there's anything wrong with being autistic. But I definitely pretty sure I'm not autistic. We do not claim him. I definitely have ADHD and OCD, but I absolutely, as someone with ADHD and OCD and autism, high correlation. Uh-oh. As someone with autism, you definitely do not have autism. Oh, fuck. I can't collect anymore. Anyway, all that to say, so this continues the tradition of using these beautiful vocal tracks to showcase and expand on. Okay, cool, thank you. Expand on the love songs that we hear in classic JRPGs, right? Like Final Fantasies, of course, specifically. But I love how, with it, so it's obviously a ballad. And what I find really beautiful about it, I will say, I'm not fully understanding the lyrics very well, which is kind of frustrating, but I don't think it really matters because you don't really need to understand lyrics. Like as long as the vibes are getting you there, like it's kind of good enough. And I do think that the vibes are good. I'm trying to look for the lyrics. Okay, and I'm not getting them. It's fine. But I love how the vocals start off really quiet. And the thing is, like, this piece is going to naturally build. And it's going to get us into a place of, like, celebrating the fact that we've just completed this 100-hour journey, which is a massive amount of time. And it's going to be, like, the feeling of, like, the future looks bright, And that's going to be beautiful. Okay, guys, stop talking amongst yourselves and start talking to me. Okay? Because, I'm not here for your conversations. You're here for my conversations. beautiful. The harmony is amazing in there. Really nice harmony as we kind of, and it's cool because it kind of slides up like this, right? And it goes into, into this, this climax, if you will. Update: we do ship to India and we do ship to South America. So if you do want a shirt and you live in India and or South America, you can get it. What's up, Gunslinger? Oh, thank you, Rashad. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I make it a point to not say the L word to anyone but my wife, but I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Just my own personal boundary rule. But you the man. To me, because it actually picks up in a way where it really is actually the culmination of everything that came before, because it's actually picking up in tempo and picking up in body and in weight, and you add the rhythm and the percussion and the also I thought what was really interesting, and I was listening, is the soprano slash the harmony there are singing, and then I was thinking to myself, like, are the violins doing a counter melody? Because what was interesting is that as the soprano moved, the violin also moved to meet the soprano. So even though the violin had its own melody, they actually crossed streams. They actually they actually cross. They crossed streams so that they so that they could so that they could there was support and buoying there, which is really beautiful. Oh God. Anyway, it's really pretty is what my point. I chose not to take finasteride, which is something that men can take. So men can take Nutrafol, minoxidil, and finasteride. I chose to not because it was a personal decision, and everyone makes their own decisions, right? But I already take a medicine every day, and I'm envisioning at some point I'll have to take other medicine. I mean, ideally not, right? But that's just the way of the world. And I didn't want to take something that I would then have to take forever as on top of the minoxidil and finasteride and the Nutrafol. And I just decided that, and you could easily like even just replace the Nutrafol and not even take it. But I felt that I didn't have enough data, and I'm a Virgo. I love data. I love analytics. I love like body tracking and stuff. And I realized that I didn't actually know what I would look like if I didn't have hair. And that was actually the reason why I kind of, that and ADHD was really like pushing me. Like I felt like I had a dream about shaving my head, and like I was like, no, I should just do it. And like once I was kind of locked in, I was locked in. I have a really hard time. I was telling my chat the other day, like the reason I switched over to Android and all of a sudden leaving Apple behind after so many years, I think is the reason I shaved my head, because I felt the freedom of possibility. So dumb. But anyway, so I chose not to take finasteride because
I wanted to see what my hair looked like my head looked like without hair. And now that I've seen that, I actually think I look really good. I don't think I'm ever going to go back. Because like, I don't have to worry about so many things. I mean, it's excellent. So that was why I didn't want to take Finisterne. I saw that question, and I think it's really important. I mean, I think like for folks that are, starting to lose their hair or thinning or whatever, like, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it. And I kind of feel like, well, why not me? I don't mind talking about it. Do I think it's inappropriate for people to come into my chat and be like, sorry to hear about your cancer. Good luck. Yeah. Fuck you. Fuck you for making a joke like that. Incredibly inappropriate. Not that anybody did today, but, oh, thank you, Aether Rhythm. But, other jokes like bald, Marco me bald, my eyes, that doesn't bother me. Right. But so, yeah, I don't mind. It's kind of fun. One of the new emotes that, one of my mods is working on is a bald emote so that when people come in, they can use it. I don't mind that. But what does my wife think about it? Today I did my cleaning and then I showered and then I put in my lotion and I go, babe, touch my head. She goes, whoa. I was like, yeah, I know. It's awesome. Yeah, I will. Thank you. Yeah. Leaving Apple made me bald. Anyway, so that was why I decided to not try Finisterne. So, yeah. Anyway, and yes, that cancer joke is very messed up, especially because my dad died of cancer. So anybody that comes in and says something like that, they can get fucked right away, because I don't fuck around with that. I mean, but that's such a. Someone yesterday came in the chat and said, "Fucking." Someone called me a skinhead. And I was like, sir, no. No. What was my favorite song in Momo Crash? That was the game I was talking about earlier with the thighs. I think the one that I remembered the most, there was like a Beethoven track that I really liked. Yeah, people are crazy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, sorry, Fjord. I don't mean to, you know how this goes sometimes. We're stuck on a song for like 20 minutes, but it's all in good fun. What a goober. What an idiot, more like. Whoa! Hey, Jack. Yeah. What's up? How are you? Actually, this is dope as fuck. That's so cool, because we have this really crazy peak, and then we pull all the way back, and it kind of resets. Okay, listen. Momo Crash is the best rhythm game ever, because it's this is the gooneriest of gooner games that I've ever played, and I'll never play. I'm not going to play Sex with Hitler or like, whatever. I actually showed my wife the other day. I was like, look at this game. And it was like, oh my God, it was a game like, what the fuck was it called? It was like something sluts. It was like oh my God, I don't even know what it was, but I was like, look at this shit that exists. And it was like very positive. It was like crazy. And so, okay, hear me out. Now, the only reason I picked this up, now you may think the obvious, but the reason why I picked it up is look at this playlist. You're in a Starbucks? Okay, well, hold on. I'm sorry. But the reason why I picked this is because of this stuff. So it's all EDM remixes of classical music. So that's why I liked it. So
That's why. That was why. And sorry, I didn't mean to mess you guys up when you're at Starbucks. I don't want you to not be here. So that's on me. I apologize. I just assume everyone's in their basement, you know. I'm sorry. The lady next to you just gave a glance. This guy's totally fine. Don't worry about him. Trust me. Nicest guy. Nicest guy. He just is trying his mocha cappuccino. The nicest guy. He just wanted the frappuccino and to be on a live stream. We're just listening to video game music, lady. I hope you're doing well. I can't say that out loud because there are people at work. I write smut for money, and that was embarrassing. Yeah, well, I write smut for free, and you don't see me bragging.
Thanks for saving my bacon.
You're
Bacon
welcome.
emoji.
You're welcome. And honestly, lady, I heard this Gabe guy single. This guy is single. So, lady in the Starbucks next to Gabe, absolutely available, open to anything. So, you know, that's what I heard. I don't know the dude. Probably nice. He just gave me $5. So, I mean, gotta be kind of nice. Shit. Gabe's gonna leave. Gabe's never coming back. Gabe's never coming back. It's over. Gabe is never coming back. Coming back. I'm gonna get that guy kicked out. You're probably right. I shouldn't have done that. I thought this song was absolutely beautiful, Fjord. What I thought was really beautiful about this was the fact that it really does feel like the culmination of a journey, number one. And number two, it really feels like, because it has levels, it's not boring, you know? It definitely, like, it takes us on a journey. There's some real highs, and then there's a real low pullback, which allows us to feel, you know,
I think connected to the journey, because not every journey is just one volume. You know, they talk about this a lot. So I've been doing a lot of reading about losing weight because, well, I need to lose like 20 pounds. And ideally I would lose 40, but I would take 20. And it's not just a straight line down. Notice that Gabe has not responded in a while. Now I'm nervous. Now I'm nervous that Gabe is no longer here because Gabe had to panic shut down his laptop. And I may have shamed Gabe out of a Starbucks. So I'm like deeply concerned inside. Gabe is no longer with us. Oh man, imagine. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. I have two people that have been a part of my community that are literally getting married and or have gotten married. So who's to say? Oh, thanks, Rashad. You didn't have to do that. Who's to say that maybe that woman was like, wow, who's that on the YouTube? Is he talking about you? You seem nice. Sometimes we just need a little bit of Cupid's arrow, you know? And I'm bald now. Oh, okay. Gabe's fine, everybody. Gabe's fine, everyone. Just doing their nutrition homework. She was an elderly woman? Who are you to judge? The elderly need love too. Penetrator Knight. With a name like that. Who's to judge? Haven't you heard that about senior citizen homes? They get it on more than all of us. I'll tell you that much. Oh, God. This stream is fucked. Oh, my God. Thank God there's just enough of you in here. 162 people is like the right amount. This is the real brand. You're getting the real Marco Meatball brand. If there were too many people in here, I'd have to be a little bit more put together. So, you know, I think this is a very healthy amount of people. Boy. Hey, people, what's up? But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. I thought that track was really excellent. And I thought that it really, I was serious about the fact that it does take us on a journey. And it's kind of like, you know, these culminative tracks I think are actually beautiful because they can, I think like, I don't know, like it's really like, the thing is 100 hours is a lot of time. I can't believe you spent 100 hours on that game. That's crazy. And I think that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome that the game, it's like almost like a reward. It's like a reward, you know? Really beautiful. Really beautiful. Why am I bald? I don't know if you know this, but I have a dog. No joke. The other day, she actually ate my hair. It was fucking crazy. I was always bald. Oh, don't lie, Jim. I mean, come on. Like, we don't have to lie. Yeah, absolutely. The driving beat, but it wasn't it drove, but it wasn't to the point where it was obviously like too fast or kind of moved us into like the battle theme. You know what I mean? It really was nice because it had this elegant ballad, but also kept us going. It's really beautiful. Yeah, thank you. We've been here for an hour and a half and I've done 3 songs. So this is good. Okay, Civ 6. Greece, Atomic Era, Epitaph of Selkilos. You got scared? It's okay. Oh, you got scared? Oh, you thought I was sick? No. I don't think, listen, I don't think like, I feel grateful because I have a community of people that like to hang out and be on my streams, but there's no way that if I had cancer that I wouldn't just shave my head and not be like,
I would explain it. You know what I mean? Like that would be insane to be like, hey guys, I shaved my head. It's cancer. You know, like you know what I mean? Like, no, I would never do that. And I'm open enough where like if something like that, God forbid, right? God forbid. But if something like that were to happen, I would obviously like say something. Trust me, if I die, I have a whole plan in place. I told my wife, I said, if I die, you better keep uploading videos. No, I would have said something. I'm not that. So I have boundaries that you don't see, but I'm not like, I'm not so private that I wouldn't share something like that. You know what I mean? I definitely have boundaries, but you don't know them. You know what I mean? So. The legacy of the channel is secured. I said, you better make a video of me crying. I want everyone to weep for Marco Meatball. If I was sick, I wouldn't look that. No, I wouldn't. It's true. After a month off of my Civ music preaching, I'm back with another piece by Jeff Knorr. I really did enjoy. I actually played the last one, Eternal Blue, for my friend Kevin, who's been on the channel before. I invited him back, and actually that episode, much to your point, Luna, in the Patreon chat the other day, was also music that I thought he would like. So sucks to suck. But it was mostly classical music, and I just really wanted to vibe with Kevin over like video game music that had classical stuff. I'm sure I will get lots of complaints about it, but we had a really good time. For what it's worth, I was like, man, you got to hear this track. You got to hear this track. You got to hear this track. And so one of the tracks that I played for him was Civ 6, the Britannia one, which is great. Agnus Dei, qui tollis peccata mundi. I look like Kratos if he landed a job at Home Depot and that's a good thing to you? Okay, well, that's good. Hey, Extra, what's up? You're the only channel I watch the full playthroughs of Woowa. Oh, that's nice, Zin. And you're here now too. You're my ideal subscriber. You'll watch many things. It's so crazy to have like a Woowa stream with like 2,000 people in it, and then we go back to like a Patreon live stream and there's 100 people, and I'm like, okay, that's great. It actually is great though. I don't have a problem with that. I'm back with another. It's just so funny how it's like this. It's just how it goes. Civ 6 music is special, and it's not just well made, but broken down by the 4 major eras that you progress through during the game, and each version of the song is more complex and dynamic as a result. The Atomic Era versions, also Luna, I was joking when I said sucks to suck, obviously. The Atomic Era version are the final versions of the songs, presenting with a full orchestra combined with the addition of synth pads, some synth drums, and more full mixing. It's so fascinating to hear this done with an orchestration of this song. The Epitaph of Seculos. For historical reasons, the song is the oldest. Oh, wow. Okay. This song is the oldest complete musical composition with notation that has ever been discovered. Such a monumental historical piece transposed. So it's interesting because I kind of wonder, so this is one of the oldest pieces of music ever annotated, like so written. And if you think about it, I forget what years. I think it was like the 17 something. The Florentine Camerata organized itself to sort of produce opera. Maybe it was it 14? No, it must have been 17 something. Anyway, well, I've got Google. Hold on, Florentine. The Florentine Camerata was in. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. No, it was. The first meeting was in 1573. And it was interesting because this was a group of like humanists, musicians, poets, blah, 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 intellectuals, probably some pseudo intellectuals too. And they all got together because they were like, hey, we want to, basically they created opera. Monteverdi, all the, I can't remember, Jacopo Peri was
was there as well. And so, yeah, that's right. Perry produced Daphne. And so it's interesting because actually the first operas were essentially like emulating Greek tragedies, which is really interesting because obviously it evolved, but the idea there was to retain the stylings of the Greeks, which is really cool. Yeah, so that's cool. Will I ever work on a track for any game in the future? I've actually been in the Outer Worlds too. What players are starved for sane CCs? Ain't that the truth? What got me into gaming? Hello. What got me into gaming? No, when I was 7, we immigrated from Italy to the United States, and the first thing I received at this big family gathering was hey hindsight was a Super Nintendo, and that actually kind of changed my life. So I've had a game since I was 7 years old. So I'm 38. So 31 years, my entire life basically, except for 7 years, has been video games, which is awesome. Thank you, Gaman. I'm glad you like it. Yeah. So the first games I got were Super Mario World and the Power Rangers game for the SNES. And it was really like and I think actually it's interesting because music, as an example, like I don't think necessarily now. Obviously, every culture has their own approach to music, but I do think that like music is one of these. I hesitate to say like. I hesitate to say that it's like a language that doesn't need words and that we all kind of understand it. Apparently, there's like some complication with that phrase because of the way that certain cultures sort of look at music and different, like different uses of modes and different uses of structure. But in general, I would say that it can be considered a universal language. And I remember gaming felt the same way to me because I was, I didn't speak English. So I only spoke Italian at the time. And all of my cousins that were already here from their like families that had immigrated from Italy. I'm first generation American, so I was born in the United States. Everyone else in my family was first from Italy. And it was interesting. I still remember this, like not being able to speak English, but being able to play the games with my cousins that night and be able to articulate, they showed me what to do via like the visuals and via the visual cues over obviously being able to speak it, which is really cool. Yeah. So all that to say, like that's my first music experience, or my first gaming experience. Yeah. All right, let's get over to, this. That was a long time ago. How was it back then in the 90s? I think the 90s were simpler because we were kids. So a lot of us that grew up in the 90s, the 90s were great. Honestly, like, I feel bad for you guys. Not going to lie. The 90s were goated. The 90s were the best years to be a child. The best years to be a child. The best years to be a child. I mean, it was really weird when the internet wasn't around. Like, and you'd have to like ride your bike and like hang out and like play hide and go seek and shit. Like, I don't know, like the 90s, it was different. It felt safe. It felt safe. Now, granted, adults as moving into adults, like, 20 and up now is like a totally different life. But, for us in the 80s and 90s, I was born in 87. So most of the 90s I'm like aware of, although Arcana Quinn was born in 84. So they actually got a fuller 90s experience than I did. But it was really cool to grow up with video games also maturing at the same time. So it was cool because we would go to arcades, which had like, you know, row and row and row of games, and you put your money in the coin slot and like you'd play. And it was really cool that every year or every couple years, you would actually also at the same time get this technological advancement, which I've realized that like a lot of kids, you know, like you guys, maybe some of you even had like iPads on your Minecraft on your iPad and stuff. And it's so crazy because like we dreamed, I mean, like the fact that I've got like a handheld with every single game. I have a PlayStation Classic down here that's emulated. So it's got the entire PlayStation library. Kid me would have shit a brick at the idea that like, you know, because these games, you know, I had to beg. My parents were immigrants. Like we didn't have tons of money, right? So like I would get I remember the Christmas I got Final Fantasy 9, or like, you know, I remember staring at the Metal Gear Solid red text white label that I bought with my own money at EB Games when it still existed in the States. Like that kind of stuff. Like I feel bad because you know, like this an N64 cartridge, like. Yes, I just bought a whole bunch, but like this is not news to me, right? Like this at Blockbuster, I used to go and play Star Fox, the first level of Star Fox. Like this is just my childhood, even though I never had a Super Nintendo. Like this is what I know, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying this is better, because actually a lot of the modern stuff, I actually prefer a lot of the modern QOL for games. Like yesterday on the State of Play, they talked about the Rayman collection. Fuck Rayman on the PlayStation 1. That shit was impossible, right? Like, and that's why I kind of really like platformers 2D, because I spent my entire childhood playing platformers. And it's like, okay, I'm good. Like this shit's way too fucking hard. Why would I want to go back to that shit? You know what I mean? Like, so it's crazy to me how like for instance, I think about this a lot with FromSoft fans that are typically younger, in their mid 20s. Like we had hard as balls games. So like to me, it's not like I don't get like a hard on for like challenge, because I did that shit already. Like that was all I had. You know, fucking Lion King and Aladdin and fucking Super Return of the Jedi and shit. This shit was impossible with no save states. What the fuck? You know, so that's why I'm like, I don't really feel like the sense of accomplishment when I beat a hard game, because I'm like, I tried to beat games when I was, you know, so yeah, I don't know. I think like it was so cool growing up in the 90s. Yeah. So anyway, we do not talk badly about Rayman. What do kids have nowadays? What a great question. I don't know. What do kids have now? I mean, you guys had what? Minecraft on your iPads? You had... Dude, the Star Wars games back then were so fucking hard. Depression? Yeah, every Gen Zer has depression. I don't... TikTok. You know, unfortunately, like I feel like Gen Z's had a lot of shit. I mean, Gen Z had online bullying. I was there with dial-up and, you know, talking to classmates on fucking AIM and shit. Like, man, that was so good. You know, it's you know, we had. I think my favorite memory is the fact that I grew up with video games like that also matured as I did. You know, we had Harry Potter when it was like, you know, cool. Every year it was like, oh my God, a new year of school. Harry Potter's out, you know. We had we had Jumanji, we had Flubber. We watched Flubber the other day. You know, did I watch Jumanji? Of course. Are you kidding? Casper the Friendly Ghost was the first movie I ever saw in theaters. Parasite Eve. Oh my God. What? You played Parasite Eve at 7 and Silent Hill 2 at 8? Oh, I couldn't even play Silent Hill. I was so scared. You talked to your future wife on AIM for 8 years before you got to... Holy shit. I had Pokemon Red and Blue. Suck on that. You guys are like, well, black and white's the best. Son. I rarely use the old man card, but... sometimes you gotta flex. I had to trade fucking Alakazam with a fucking dongle to another Game Boy.
I had to like pull that shit out and connect it. Link cables. Oh, man. Anyway, let's keep going. You had nightmares about the first zombie reveal? Man, I remember when the dog jumped out of the window on the right side room. That shit freaked me out so bad. I had Digimon as a kid. The difficulty in old games makes you crave the difficulty in modern games. Oh, I respect that. That's totally fine. I remember going to Blockbuster and holding up Monster Rancher and deciding whether or not I wanted to rent it or not. You had all 150 Pokemon in the Pokedex? Holy shit. You started on Apple II? Whoa. What's the most challenging video game I've ever played? That's hard to say. I mean, most challenging video game I've ever played? Probably, I mean, it's probably from some FromSoft game. It's probably, honestly, Armored Core 6. That shit was impossible. So hard. You're a 2000s baby? Holy fuck. Fuck Battletoads, dude. Super Nintendo Empire Strikes Back was hard as fuck. Why am I bald? My dog ate my hair. God. All right, anyway, sorry. Got me down. That was a good question, Tiz. Thanks for asking. You still have my Pokemon Digimon and Monster Rancher Mini from... Wow. Wow. See ya, Vandyar. All right, let's start cooking here, cause remember Pogs, dude? That shit was so crazy. Have you ever actually put some time on PGR WoWa before? Well, I have like every playthrough of WoWa on the channel. I felt Armored Core 6 was much harder than a Souls-like. I don't think it's as hard as like Neo, but I think it's really hard. I really had a hard time with that. I listened to Cryosphere earlier today, actually. So you can rewind a bit and you'll hear it. Hey, Hydro, what's up? Enjoy your lurk. Okay. Anyway, sorry, guys. I got distracted. I like Ace Combat much more than Armored Core because Ace Combat is a little bit more hopeful. Armored Core is a pretty heavy vibe. I actually really don't like... That's a good idea, Zeph. I actually don't really like shows like Breaking Bad, even Attack on Titan, which is beautiful, but there's not a lot of hope in those shows. When you reach 500k subs, you need to have a Marco Gets Distracted compilation. Bro, that's like every day. That's like every day. That video alone would be 2 hours. At least. All right, let's do it. Huh. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
pause there for a second. You know what I really like about this is the fact that the momentum in it really is the idea of building onto something, right? And like essentially doubling down on a commitment, right? And there's a lot of a feeling in that of honor and ba-dee, da-da-ya, da-da-ya, right? So that sound is very, 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 to me, synonymous with progress, but also synonymous with something much, much bigger than the self, right? Like that is a sound of bolstering the self and saying, you know, anything is possible, you know? There's a real, I mean, I love the brass elements in that as well. It's very, I think very impactful, you know? And then that corner is really elegant and really excellent because of the sorry, Luna just pooped and had to let me know. That's also excellent too because so the theme actually has a pretty nice momentum to it. Ba dee ba da da ya da 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 dee da dum 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 da ya da. So there's a lot of hope in it, like I mentioned earlier. But that kind of that melodic phrase actually solidifies that feeling of like really like the sense of like arrival of purpose. You know, it's really elegant, especially with the French horn specifically, and the sound. It I don't know. You can't help but feel like you're like lifting. You know, you're lifting above the clouds, or like really owning life itself. You know, like here's a culture that has arrived. You know what I mean? Like we're doing something so much bigger than us, which is really beautiful. See, and then the repetition there too. You know, it's very sweet and inspiring and powerful, and there's a sense of optimism in it and a sense of like, you know, arrival at a really like at a peak, at arrival at a beautiful a mountaintop, you know, and you kind of are reflecting on everything that's come before. You know, it's a little bit like Chariots on, you know, ba dee da dee da da. You know, it's nice though. It works. It's it's beautiful. It's delicate, and I actually really enjoy it. Yeah, it was really nice. I have not listened to a lot of Rave 7 or Killer 7. I've not heard. I've not heard most of Civ 6, to be honest. I really enjoyed that. I don't think I liked it quite as much as the English song there, but that's because the English song is absolutely beautiful. You want me to hydrate? It's true. I do hate mouth noise.
It is crazy that it was written by the Greeks. Man, I just read something really kind of disturbing. That's too bad. Looks like another thing that... never mind. I shouldn't be saying that, sharing that. Hey, Bayfox, how are you? Da-dee-da. Da-dee-da-dee-da-do. Dee-da-dee. Hold on one tiny second. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Good morning, David. All right. Blue Archive. Final vocal theme that plays after you finish the main campaign. Very bittersweet song. With lyrics sung by the main character's sidekick as she performs one last miracle for a small chance to save him after a self-sacrifice. The video link has English subtitles. Okay, cool. Let's check it out. Pretty. 'Take care, thank you for that. 思い出たち抱えてゆくこれからずっと胸の奥の深い青に寄り添うままあなたとなら何も怖くはないから前へ進もう次の扉の向こう Yeah, you know, it's a really interesting, actually. Bro, why is my shit so fucked up right now? It's actually kind of beautiful because, sorry guys, because it, on the surface, motherfucker, on the surface, it seems like it would be really superficial. But the reality is, there's actually, you know, the vocals are a great choice because they're kind of muted. Obviously they're supposed to be young sounding, but there's
there's this the essence of the piece is actually kind of very somber and kind of sad, because it's the end of all this stuff. It's the end of the things that it's the end of responsibility, the end of expectation, the end of, it's kind of like a breakup song. So while I do think that, like, say what you want about the art style and like, Blue Archive itself, I do think that if you think about the subtext and think about the lyrics, and like really listen to the piece, it's actually quite sad. It's like the end of something, and endings really hurt. It's very beautiful. And I think there's like a little bit of hope in it. And I think the guitar does a great job too. I mean, like, the guitar does a great job of kind of symbolizing, obviously, the way it's being played. There is the sound of kind of emptiness within the chords, because it's undulating, if I recall. But yeah, no, I actually think her vocals are really, really sensitive. Bless your Nuzlocke. Like, that's nice. I mean, like, that's nice. It's like, damn, I'll embrace this limitless love and warmth. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I don't know. I find it really, I mean, is it a little bit, generic's the wrong word. Is it a little bit derivative? Yeah, I've heard a million songs that sound like this, right? Not that I can name one off the top of my head, but I've heard this style a lot. Obviously, it's anime, but it's nice. It's elegant in its like sort of childishness. Woodsy, I listened to the Dottore theme, and I really didn't care for it, so I'm not gonna do a video on it because I feel that would be pointless. Because not that I only do videos on stuff that makes me happy, well, which I mean ideally, but also because I don't really need any extra heat from folks in the community of that game of Genshin that will be agitated by that. So it's probably easier to just not. The theme itself, there are some parts, instrument choices were interesting, but overall I actually felt that it was the weakest of the Genshin boss themes, and I even weaker than Apep, which I felt was very, like, was fine, but pretty weak as well. It just didn't really do anything. It reminded me a lot of like Honkai Star Rail, like 1.0 or like early 2.0, where they hadn't found their footing musically yet. So I wasn't crazy about it. And certainly compared to Scaramouche or definitely La Signora or Tartaglia's boss theme, I feel like Dottore's was absolutely the weakest. Yeah. It kind of it does the same thing. It has two distinct phases and like basically nothing happens in them. And I kind of was listening to it and I was like, what? How is this Genshin Impact? That said, Note Cry's music is nice, though I do think it tends to land, obviously I'm speaking like broadly, it tends to land a little sleepy for me. The choice of instruments, especially the harp, the Colombina themes are beautiful. But in general, I felt like the Toda theme was probably the weakest. Oh, you love it? That's cool. That's fine. I respect that. But yeah, definitely not my thing. You're like 1.0 HSR the best? Yeah, man, whatever. That's cool. I respect that. I mean, like, I'm not going to be like, you're wrong, Of course. No problem. Yeah, thanks for asking. Sorry. I feel like this song is quite hopeful, actually. There's a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of opportunity there for like, you know, a positive future, you know. I don't think it's shallow. I think it's quite nice. Yeah, it's not bad. It's nice. It's pleasant. What's my favorite Monster Hunter theme? Probably Shara Ishvalda. Probably just because it's so unique. If otherwise, I'd probably have to give it to Malzeno. Yeah, no, I saw that. We'll skip that. I do think there are plenty of talented composers in the Genshin space, so I wouldn't say that, you know, they don't have good composers, because they do. But I think the difference is that Yupeng Chen's music and Dark Conjulo Chen, those pieces tended to feel more like full pieces that were sort of supporting the atmosphere and the ambiance, but could stand on their own, versus a lot of the pieces in Fontaine. And then I didn't listen to too much Notlan, but the pieces I heard felt very I said shallow in my video, and I kind of stand by that, where they're nice. They're not bad pieces. And of course, people on Twitter had a meltdown about that and said that I was insulting their cultures, which, why would I ever do that? I mean, like, think for 2 seconds. But they just felt like they weren't fully fleshed out. And so what they tended to do is just repeat the same melody over and over and over again. And it's nice music. But it doesn't have necessarily the depth of the writing style, which with Yupeng Chen and Dark Conjulo Chen tends to be more related to the actual process of how one writes classical music, or how classical music actually sounds. So it was like there was classical music in Genshin Impact, which was really meaningful and interesting to me, versus now where there's very nice music that obviously still like uses classical instrumentation, but it doesn't have the same ethos to me compared to what it was then. And I also feel like their implementation of EDM has been strange, because sometimes it works, like the all-devouring whale, or narwhal, or whatever it is, and then other times, like the Arlecchino theme and also in the Dottore theme, it kind of just feels kind of random and like thrown together, and it doesn't make any sense. Now, it makes sense given the context, but that's the thing, is that most of the time in the previous compositions, you didn't need context. It just like sort of wrote itself. You could feel what it was right out the gate. And honestly, like the chasm stuff, like those themes are so gorgeous. I mean, it's, you know, there's so much beautiful music in Genshin, but I definitely feel like it hasn't really found its footing. And that's what I meant by sleepy. For instance, in Node Cry, some of the tracks I listened to the other day, they're all nice, but they don't really go anywhere. They kind of just repeat themselves over and over and over. And I like the instrumentation choices, but it doesn't. So that's mine. I've heard some Arc. It's very loud. I haven't listened to had Marco listen to Everything Burns yet? I did. When? I don't remember when. Anyway. Okay. But anyway, yeah, so that was that. All right, Dragon Age, The Veilguard. Atonement. I mean, meandering doesn't have to be shallow. Also, doesn't have to mean doesn't have to be negative. It's just how it's interpreted. Meandering is not necessarily a negative. Well, sorry, meandering is less likely to be misconstrued as a negative connotation. As the conclusion to the Dragon Age saga, at least for now, this track merges melodies from both. No, that video wouldn't. Oh wait, sorry, I thought you were asking on a live stream because I think I just listened to it on a live stream, one of these live streams recently. It was not on a video though, so I wouldn't go search for that. I don't know where it is though. This track merges melodies from both Dragon Age Inquisition and Veilguard to create a whole unit. It even uses part of the Lost Elf theme. Does it really? And the main theme, and on top of are the melodies from Veilguard. Then it ends the entire game with a last heart-wrenching full version of the Lost Elf before fading. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. No worries. Chucky, these are all via Patreon. For Friday streams, yeah. Probably not, Pliskin. I think I want to play it by myself. I'll probably stream the second game. Wow. No problem. So it's interesting to me how there's a lot of twists in this, and even though it has these moments of sadness and brokenness, there's this this really beautiful right in here where I stopped, this twisting, almost as if we're shedding the past. Now I know a little bit of what happens in this game, but it's almost in these games I've played Inquisition, but there's a bit of that twisting of the knife and sort of like reflecting on the past, but reflecting on the past, it's all totally contorted and different and broken and it's not good. Like nothing is positive, and it's really bleak. You know, it's like, Jesus, really? See, and then it actually pulls back. Sad. I think it's interesting here how we have the solo soprano and everything pulls back. It's almost as if that's showcasing the loneliness, right? This is the brokenness of whatever character, whether it's the elf guy or whatever. Like this is the sound of like your world crumbling around you and recognizing that there's just simply no direction to turn in, and then this is it. Like the choices that have been made are the choices that have been made, and that's it. You know what I mean?
there's this theme, yeah. See, and that, I mean, that lower cello, you know, that's from the Trespasser theme, I think. And what's incredible is, but that lower sound there is so visceral, and it's rich in its texture, and it it's not exactly how the melody goes, but what we get from that is the tug of that. And it's really like the ownership of those decisions the onus is on you. And so what you get is, I wouldn't say guilt, but you get this heavy pressing into the sound of regret, of guilt, of you know, watching it all kind of fade, right? You know, it's just like, that's it. That's all you get, you know? It's very powerful. It's very powerful in that feeling of you know, brokenness and you know, watching it all just fall apart. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. And a beautiful theme. I thought it meandered a little bit. Speaking of meandering, I did feel like it meandered a little bit, but once we locked into where we were supposed to be, it was excellent, and I really immensely enjoyed that. It was beautiful. Really, really, really good. Okay. All right, now we're moving into the more chill part of the stream, where we just listen to songs, and I'll do a couple thoughts afterwards. Okay, let's check out Limbus Company, Canto 11, Boss 3, Battle Theme 2, a battle theme for a truly artistic and cultured boss, which is appropriately cultured. Okay. Let's listen. Oh, that's 9? Oh, I'm sorry. I misread. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's true, Luna. All right, I just want to articulate one of my problems with Limbus Company's music is the fact that it is always a very loud volume. It is always very loud. And what I mean by that is that it never shifts in its, like, unless we're about to have a B section or something, it is just loud for the whole time. It's just also very busy. Again, it's not like a criticism, because I mean that's cool and all, and I can fuck with it, but like it's just very heavy at all times, and it kind of tires my ears pretty quickly. But there's a lot going on here. It feels very, 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 you know, like it's borrowing from Vivaldi and stuff, which is fun. See, yeah, okay, so actually, that's what I was talking about right there. That's actually pretty cool, because it goes, I kind of actually pulls back. It's actually really like that. Oh, I do like that. Wow. like this actually. I like that. I like that. Wow, I like that. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I actually like that. Fuck. Dude, I like that. It's gonna do that weird thing where it doesn't end. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed that. At first, I was kind of like, oh god, it's very loud, and then as it progressed, I realized that I really enjoyed that. That's excellent. It's really good. Oh god, I really would love to play Limbus. I just, you know what it is? There's something about like visual novels that I just struggle with. It's like, this sounds dumb, but it's like, well, I'd rather just read a book, but that's what they are. But like in my hands, you know what I mean? Like it's hard because I know the characters are really interesting in Limbus, but I get antsy. I think part of it's my ADHD. I just get antsy when I don't have like something to do in a game. When I'm reading, like I give you guys a lot of credit that can play this stuff because it gives me like I get like antsy hands, you know, like I can't sit still. Yeah. You always saw visual novels to a play comparable. I mean, I think that's actually fair. That's a good point. That's true. Yeah. I don't know why it hits my ADHD so bad. Like the thing is, these stories are really good. And like, I feel like I want to experience them, but then I'm like, it like sets me off. Ooh, is this, hold on one second. Is this the Sigillum boss theme all connected? No, Dispatch keeps you on your toes because it's constantly doing something. Never mind, I'll listen to that in my own time. The voice acting helps. See, I'm just trying to speed through. So I think that's partly why I like manga so much, is because manga, I read at my own pace and I read quite quickly. So I'm able to kind of cruise through. Like I finished like one book of one of the big Vinland Saga books. I can clear in an hour. And I did that this morning. I started book 2 and I was done with it, in an hour. Did I retain any of it? I think so. But, I just love the experience of just like, I think that's why I like manga so much compared to like, say, novels or visual novels, because I can just like cruise and I read at my pace. And it's fun, you know what I mean? That's how I play games with it. I see. Yeah, I'm on book 3. I accidentally, actually, hold on. Let me grab it. Yeah, so I think this is gonna be my. No, I don't skip cutscenes. I don't skip cutscenes. So the only thing that sucks about this though is that they haven't published. I definitely think that like anime is like the complete package of the manga, but there's something so beautiful about reading. You've read the whole One Piece till the Japanese themed island, and I don't remember most of it. Oh, I wonder why. I guess because you can really consume it.
But yeah, this is book 3. I'm excited for this one. I've got 4 and 5 down here. Hey noob. Hey Reaper, how are you? So these are about these books are beautiful. Unfortunately, there's not an 8th book yet that finishes the chapters, but this is chapter 43 to 64. And then I have book 4 and 5 down here, and then I've got 6 and 7 coming today. So I think I'm going to read through this weekend. I'm in a state, and I want to finish Tokyo Ghoul this weekend too. Like I told you, I'm not really in a game mood lately. Like after Minish Cap, I'm sort of in like a game morning. after Super Mario Galaxy. But yeah. I really want to talk to you about stuff in book 3. Well, give me I think I might be able to crank through this today. So give me like 15 hours. Books what now are coming? Books 6 and 7 of Vinland Saga, cuz I'm planning on finishing most of it. I kind of want to play Breath of the Wild again. Don't rush it. Oh, I know. I'm not rushing it. I do understand the greatness of Zelda. Even though I'm using a guide for most of it, it's so fun to just like play. I'm doing fine. Though yesterday I was in hell. What psycho thought 9 flights of stairs with no elevator was a good converted apartment? Whoa! Lifting a washing machine up there? Holy shit. Whoa. Dude, God bless. Couldn't be me. My wife calls it post-game depression. I find it funny when I felt the same after completing E33. Yeah, 1,000,000%. I mean, I feel that way with most games. Not all, but like, you know, Twilight Princess really changed me. Honestly, like I got done with Twilight Princess and I was like, I get it now. And I really, yeah, it's just amazing. Yeah, I'm a guy. I'm a delivery driver's mate hauling kitchen appliances. Oh my God, God bless you. That shit is so hard. You got to wear that belt thing, right? Yeah, that's hard work. That's really fucking hard work. Well, of course your shoulders, yeah. You almost died lifting a couch to the 3rd floor. I think I'm done moving myself. I think I'm in the era of like hiring movers to move everything. Good evening, George. All right, Mario Kart 7 for the 7th submission. My favorite Rainbow Road by a long mile. To me, it just encapsulates perfectly the feeling of driving across the ocean of stars. Let us know what you think. Yeah, it's just like, oof. 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 Oh, this is cute. I think I've heard this one. Dude, that's me with manga or with anime. I'm almost done with Mob Psycho, so I have uploaded about 2 weeks worth of Mob Psycho on Patreon, and I have another 8 episodes, but I want to start up another anime. And this happens to me where I accidentally took like a week off. So I tend to upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Patreon for Mob Psycho, and I'll try to batch film it. But because I know I'm coming to the end of Mob Psycho, and I've done this for every single anime I've watched, there will usually be a period where I don't do it for a week because it's almost like I start to put it off. And it's not that I'm like necessarily super attached to Mob Psycho. I mean, I really like the anime so much so that I bought a shirt for it. But I wouldn't say it's my favorite anime. Like Fate Zero, I really was sad I was ending. Like Fate Zero, I did not want it to end. Like Violet Evergarden, I was very ready for it to end. Mob Psycho, I could watch another 2 seasons and I'd be fine. You know, it's comfortable. It's like a really comfortable show to watch. It's just so beautiful and excellent. And yeah, I know I did it again. I was like, shit, I'm doing that thing where no, I have to keep up with uploads because people pay money. And I'm over here like, oh God, I don't want Shigeo, you know, I don't want it to end, you know? Hey Nikki, what's up?
Yeah, let's do it. So I haven't watched Brotherhood since I read the manga. I do want to watch Brotherhood. Actually, I have to look at what people have voted for on Patreon. I loved FMA. One of the best books I've ever read. Oh shit, you're right. I'm sorry. Thanks for pointing that out. Actually, maybe I should add it back there. I can't believe how beautiful this is. It's so bright. Whoa! Wow! 'Hey Carl, hope your drive is going okay. That's so beautiful. 6 hours? Jeez. That's so nice. Da-dee-da-dee-da. I'm surprised, to be honest. I'm surprised at how beautiful that was. And the thing is, like, that had a really nice build up into that beautiful melody. And once it was there, it really felt like it took us like on this beautiful journey of like this. It's almost like, well, obviously I know what Rainbow Road is, but there was like this celebratory quality to it that was really lovely. You know, da da ba da dee da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da. Like that sound is just so like, life is beautiful. You know, it's so enjoyable. Oof, I really like that. It's really beautiful. Excellent track. 6 hours for an appointment is crazy. Do I have any advice for making analytical content versus production? Because I'm stuck on whether creating media or not on this account, making YouTube videos or on video game analysis. I'll tell you something. You're more likely to have people watch you for analysis content than you are for production content. not to say you shouldn't do production content. Well, it depends on what you want to do. I have found that in general, people are drawn to what interests them. And typically, I'm going to be harsh. People won't care until you have established yourself to them. And that feels bad to say, but that's also the truth. You know, I think like you should be posting videos about production. I think you should be posting videos about music, and you should do it all in one place. Because if people want to watch, they will, right? People really lean in, including us, including me. You know, I lean into my interests. What are my interests? If I'm not interested, I don't watch, right? And it's the same kind of thing. So you can't expect production videos to do well. Now, I think analysis videos can do well, although there are a lot more analysis/reaction channels these days than there were even in 2022 when I started. When I started in 2022, there was Davi, there was Alex, there was Jesse, and that was it. And then I started, and then Tony came up, and then those guys. Well, Alex doesn't really do it anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon. Jesse still does it every day, and then Davi does it every couple days, and then Tony is pretty busy as well. And then there's others too. Then there's obviously there's the charismatic voice that she was there before as well. And there's a bunch of others. There's like a few other opera singer reacts. There's like vocal coach reacts now. There's reacts for everything. I mean, you can find anything. There was a lot of rapper reacts back then too. Yeah. So I think like just do it. Just have fun. The reality is that like most people aren't going to watch though. And that's for the production stuff, which is okay, you know. Also, you can use. I mean, honestly, like I have a friend who used YouTube as a vessel to get hired for a company. So you can totally use YouTube to create a portfolio for yourself, and then use it to find a job. You don't have to do what I do, which is like just go all in, just because I don't know what to do with myself. Dr. Mike, yeah, I actually spoke with his producer. I'm hoping to get him on the channel, but I haven't heard back in a couple days, so I may have to ping back next week. I'd love to have Dr. Mike on the channel. That'd be so much fun. I really enjoyed this Rainbow Road. I think this was definitely one of my favorite Rainbow Roads that I've heard. So reasonable. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. Hurdling Glacier. As requested, I brought you more hurdling, but this time I brought something a bit out there. This doesn't sound like a constructed song so much as something you might hear in nature through coincidence. My man Joel is a goddamn genius. Yeah, Pum, I mean, just do whatever you feel like doing, you know, and see where it lands. Can't hurt. I wouldn't split yourself up, though. It's too soon to split yourself into multiple channels. I watched Jesse. Actually, Jesse gave me a lot of really good advice when I started. Whoa.
Justice Auditorium. Carl, someone will be interested in anything. I mean, like, God, there's, you know. Hey, Callie, what's up? This should have gone on my scary games list. Scary songs. I mean, it is genius to produce that, and I really think, yeah, I think this is a really cool game, and this music is really powerful because it's also unnerving, and it's amazing how, you know, producing this kind of sound with wind instruments and not using too much synth or different kind of aesthetic stuff is really effective. Now, obviously, is that like a great piece that I'm going to play every day? No, absolutely not at all. But I do really like that. And as uncomfortable as it is. Shenmue. I should probably play this game at some point. Shenhua. The spreadsheet claims you've never done a track from the Dreamcast classics. No, I haven't actually. The accompanying images from the game would be a beautiful girl stands under a cherry tree in full blossom. Is Shenmue good? Pretty. Yeah, I mean, I obviously know of the game. Let me look up. Hold on. So it looks like these games haven't aged well.
Wow, that's so gorgeous, dude. That was absolutely beautiful. 10 out of 10, no notes. That was such a mood. And it also felt, obviously under the cherry blossom, totally. But I also feel like it's like a like looking at someone you love and just, relishing in them and embracing the feeling of joy and so on and so forth. When Deltarune live stream? Well, what do you mean by that? That can mean many different things. Shenmue's actually on sale right now. I doubt I would play it, but it's also $6 for 2 games. So I'm kind of like, well, $6. What if I love it? What if I fell madly in love with Shenmue? Good evening from Germany. Hallo Deutschland. Shenmue is kind of exhausting. I'm sure I doubt that I would actually play it. Especially when it, like, clearly the RGG, sort of the Yakuza style and stuff. I'd rather, what I'd rather do is play Yakuza 0. So I'm like looking at the year of the horse sale. All right. It's so Jana. Guten Abend. Okay. Really pretty. Really pretty. I'd love to hear more Shenmue, actually. Okay. You know what I want to play from the Dreamcast era is Skies of Arcadia. Okay. Ooh, the Banner Saga or the Vanishing of Ethan Carter? Schöne Wochenende. Let's do the Banner Saga. I'll be honest, the all are welcome part of the title confused me, but I wasn't interested in giving recommendations right now anyway. So that's such a fair statement. So when I said all are welcome, I meant like, come on in. I don't know how to be like, yes, it's a Patreon live stream, but everyone can come watch and hang out and listen to music. So it's a bit of it was like, come on in, that was the goal, but it's kind of funny that it can be misinterpreted, but then also Winery Hornbrass section shenanigans from a highly underrated turn-based series of games that got me back into gaming and like, wow, really? During a very tense combat section that is pivotal to the story, think bombastic mid-game boss vibes. Patrons only, no riffraff. Pay or get out, imagine. No, absolutely not. Never. I'm here for it. I love his series that he does. so heavy with brass. Man, that's really different than you hear normally. Listen to how crisp that is. Wow. You know, it's so cacophonous. It's so powerful and violent, and it really is appropriate for watching Vinland Saga or reading Vinland Saga right now. There's so much brutality in it, and it's unpleasant in the sense that it's very aggressive and loud and forceful and visceral, and it's interesting because it's very dominant and very strong. Obviously, the wonderful percussion and the sharpness of the brass too is just excellent. And then in the end, it kind of ends with like a sort of degree of sadness. It's really, really satisfying to listen to, and it really delivers on an emotional sort of sharp punch, which is really satisfying. It's an excellent piece, and per usual, Austin is really one of these guys that composes from a classical perspective. So it feels very complex in how it's written, even though it's for video games, what I mean to say is like, it doesn't follow the standard protocol of like, a loop or like a really simple thing. Like, this shit is complex, and it's very interesting how Austin chooses to lean into that and what he knows, kind of like Christopher Tin too as well. Well, but there's others. I mean, obviously, like so many, the Civ 6 Grease track is another example. Veilguard feels more like movie music. Limbus feels very much like a video game. That's not a negative. Mario Kart 7 feels like a video game track. Hurdling also is another one that kind of feels like it's separate from that, It's really cool. All right, Genshin Impact. Rocker of Solnari. Ruri's boss theme. Let's take a listen. You enjoy the cozy vibes? Oh, you're welcome. Rear. I like the whispering a lot. the breath. Good evening. And then obviously there's a natural build here. It's just really effective.
Wow. I mean, okay, so I have many thoughts actually. I felt the first half of it was a bit repetitive and just didn't really go anywhere. Not that it needed to go somewhere, but personally, like I felt like the first half of it, the whole thing kind of really, there were a couple things in the second half of this that were really interesting. Overall, my biggest issue is that it just, so I think what's cool about this, the tempo, even though it's not my preferred, it's just very static. What's cool about this is the fact that I feel like Rerir is this type of character that's very poised, and there's a lot of elegance. Now, obviously, I've seen a picture of this guy. He's got like face mat, like bandage wrap and stuff all over his body, and so there's a real sense of power and in his body and in his chest. There's a lot of poise, a lot of focus and determination, and in general. That sound in particular really feels like it lends itself to the idea of like, there's a degree of vengeance in this, and there's a degree of sound in that really showcases like an undiscriminatory kind of power where nothing gets in the way, right? And so that slow tempo works in the character's favor because the character is slow and methodical, and everything is like comes from a place of like sort of a buildup of rage or anger, and so the sort of execution of everything that is done with forethought or with elegance, and that being said, I felt like, again, this is another example, just like the Dottore theme, where it's not that it's bad, it just kind of doesn't do anything for me. Like, it just doesn't really go anywhere. It's a theme that is good, like it's fine. It's like very appropriate for the character, right? But it doesn't really like, it just kind of stays the same. It has another phase, and it's sort of like I don't necessarily think like there's no like emotional zhuzh in it, you know what I mean? Like there's not like a sense of I don't know, like a sense of like going somewhere. Like it's very static. Like it's interesting to listen to, don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't do anything. It tells you who the character is, and that's kind of it. It's very, in that case, it's very, one note, even though there are things within it that are interesting, musical like choices, right? Like I loved the back half of this where we get the chorus in the background with I think it was a single violin. And I appreciated the hurdy-gurdy sound, and you do sense dread, and you do sense danger, and you do sense tension. And all that's done well. It's not badly composed. I just think that it just is, it's hard with me with Genshin music because, you could say that I have like a connection to the sound that I sort of enjoyed in 22 and 23. And, where it felt like I really was, every track had a bit of a musical journey that it went on, and it was never sort of the same. There was variation within it. There was sound, and this is just so, very safe. And I think that that's fine. But it's not necessarily music that I'm like going out of my way to listen to. You know what I mean? Like this doesn't really speak to me. Even though I think that it's very interesting. And I say that totally unbiased. Aside from all the issues that sort of have had with the game in the past, like that to me is just the sound. Like it's good. It's nice. This is sort of neutral. And a lot of Genshin's music didn't rely on context so much in prior years. So I think that's also part of the like sort of like pushback from it. But it was nice to hear it, and I liked how full bodied it was too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm like, the theme of love for Mother 3. This is an official arrangement of the theme of love by the composer of Mother 3. I mean, why not request something with love for Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow? It's fitting, but the tone and context is quite the opposite. Happy belated or early Valentine's Day to you and everyone else. You are loved. Thank you, Barker Preen. Wait, I know this song. Da da dee da dee da da. It's from a musical.
Merry Widow Waltz? It might be, you know. This melody is so familiar to me. I like how the blend of, I mean, that was nice. The ending is such an interesting mix there with the jazz, sort of like a jazz, almost a jazz fusion kind of, but it really leans into, you know, I don't know. I thought the melody was really elegant. I've heard it before, and I feel like it's da da dee da dee da 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 dee. Now I wonder, but really lovely. It's just really nice. It's just beautiful. Majin Tensei 2 Spiral Nemesis AD 1995 story arrange version. Okay. Majin Tensei. Is this related to Shin Megami Tensei? The first game in the Majin Tensei series. Yeah, this was Atlas. So separate from, spin-off from Megami Tensei. Interesting, okay. You really don't hear music like this anymore in games, do you? It's interesting how it actually feels like improvisation within the structure of the rhythm.
It's interesting how dark, broody, and mysterious that is. Even though, thank you, Dapa. Even though it, the vibes are also like, you know, excellent. Like it's cool how it still has a darkness to it through that. All right, Heroes of Might and Magic, Olden Era 2026 Dungeon. The Dungeon Warlock faction. Okay. Has the honor of being one of the only two factions present in every HOM game so far. In the new game, while they still retain their usual focus on subterfuge, deceit, spying, and shady magics, it seems like a few things about them will change radically. For example, while in the stories before they were mostly bad guys or only acted in their own interests, this time the faction's description says that they are the backstage rulers of the continent. So even though we don't know the new game's full story yet, one could expect them to lead the fight against the bad guys. Not to mention one of their characters is the face of the game, as seen in the recent PC Gamer Mag cover, and the town's artwork looks absolutely majestic. Leaning more into ancient Greece than ever before, their army has always included minotaurs, gorgons, and hydra. Anyway, their town theme is my favorite track from the game so far. I'm sure you'll probably see why. I just wish it was a little bit longer. Speaking of which, what do you think makes a VGM track feels too long or short? You've talked about it before, but only briefly. Would be very interested to hear more. So, I mean, I think for me, well, first of all, it's how much you like a piece, but also it's rhythm, it's pacing, and it's the tempo, and then if it's melody. If any of these things are sort of attached to a piece, now obviously rhythm and melody are naturally attached to pieces, but if there's rhythm and melody and the track sort of goes on a journey, then I think it's more likely to you're more likely to invest in it and just go along for the ride. You know what I mean? I think like it's sort of also like a nebulous thing because who the hell knows? I don't really know. But I do really like the idea that like a piece of music can take you on a journey, and either make you want more or want less depending on your mood, how you feel when you woke up that day. Did you eat? I don't know. Like it also changes. A song that might feel overly long, you listen to it in another. That's why the beautiful thing about music is that it like kind of time is kind of flexible within music, which is kind of beautiful, I think. Let's listen to this. Oh, I like that. Wow. Wow. Ready? Oh, see, that's an example of a track that ends too soon. So that track ends too soon because it wasn't my extension's down. Uh-oh. Oops. Oh, it's because I kept forgetting to do it. What I really like about this is the fact that it continues. It doesn't go far enough into telling a story. Now you do. I mean, the thing is, like, there's a lot of really interesting sections with the chorus and with the sweeping strings there, especially in the middle of the piece. But what I wanted was a little bit more so that I can get all the way engaged with it. You know what I mean? I love the chorus movement in that. That to me was too short. That to me was too short because that was the beginning of the journey. That wasn't an actual journey. That was like, you know, you get a sense for like the majesty of like, you know, like you get the sense of that, but it doesn't take us fully where we want to go, I think. Beautiful piece though. Holy shit. Fatal Fury 3, fantasy inspired by Yvonne Leroux. Floating, a theme of Mai Shiranui that's unlike all of her other themes, from Fatal Fury 3. I love classical piano. Holy shit. Wow. I can't believe this is in Fatal Fury 3. See, it's okay. Imagine if it ended right there. That would have been a missed opportunity because we need to expand on that gorgeous intro. That's half the song. More than half the song, actually. Beautiful chords. A big Rachmaninoff chords, actually. That's gorgeous. And then it gets louder. It still could have...
See, I think in that piece, what an excellent piece. I think I would have liked a little bit more development in terms of like having a journey with the melody. Whereas here, what a gorgeous piece. I mean, it really showcases, you know, what was this character's name? This character's name was a theme of my Shiranui. Shiranui. Just beautiful, 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 beautiful. And also love that it's called a fantasy inspired by, so it was a piano fantasy inspired by that by Yvonne Leroy Floating. Yeah, gorgeous. Let's do chorus because this is a game I've been meaning to play. Chorus main theme, open world Ace Combat, where you play what if Darth Vader said fuck the Empire after Alderaan, exceptionally underrated. I agree. Wait, it's open world? Sorry, Corvs, not chorus. Oh, Pedro Camacho. Yeah, okay. So the same composer as Star Citizen. Now that is excellent. That's so beautiful. I love inside of that track. There's so much power. There's so much like conviction and like commitment to a decision and following through, especially with the tempo and also like the lyrics and the sort of the flair and the vocals there. It's all about strength and strength of will and a commitment to following through on a plan. Excellent. It's so great. I love that track. Are you kidding? That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and then Deadlock's main menu theme. Yeah. Yeah, no, I really like this game. I'm starting to slowly get into it here in a big way. This game has such a ridiculous amount of style and character. It's going to be a big hit. It really is. I mean, God, this track just makes you want to be some noir detective solving a string of New York murders, but then it's also a bit otherworldly, so you throw some supernatural stuff in there and the sci-fi stuff in there, and you've got Deadlock. 1,000,000%. Let's listen to it. What a mood. The muting is sick. See, like, that's another one where I would want like 5 more minutes of that. It's so excellent. So awesome. I mean, I think like it's just so cool because the vibes are immaculate, and it's the type of piece that like it feels like, yeah, it's just dangerous. You know, it's dangerous, it's power, it's possibility, it's so many, it's just awesome. It's a fucking great piece of music. I think we had a lot of fun today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out for 3.5 hours. I'm sorry it took so long. Hopefully some things today were fun and you learned something, or at the very least just enjoyed the vibe. That's all I can really ask for. I wouldn't say that I was particularly particularly insightful, but yeah, I had a really good time. Hopefully you guys did too. Yeah, with that being said, I hope you all have an excellent weekend. Monday, we will be back with Halo 2. I'll be starting probably around 10 a.m. I think I'll be playing Halo 2 mostly solo that day. Maybe one of my mods will join, depending on his schedule. But then on Tuesday, I'll be playing Halo 2 with Bricky at 1:30 Eastern. So that's going to be really fun. Look forward to that. We will have to do some rearranging for Friday the 27th because I was invited to be a guest on a podcast. So I'll have to finagle that, and we may just double up this week again. We'll see.
Yeah, other than that, I'm not anticipating. Oh, I think there's like a WUA update. I think the WUA update is happening this week. I don't remember. But yeah. Thanks a ton for hanging out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Okay. Yeah. Be well. See you guys. Bye. Have a great